The Boy Who Heard Tomorrow. Eli never liked silence. That's why he always slept with his old radio on. Low volume, just enough static to fill the room. It made him feel less alone. One night, at exactly 1:03 a.m., the static changed. Hello? Eli sat up. The voice was faint, buried under crackling noise. Hello? Can anyone hear me? Eli grabbed the radio. Yeah, I hear you. Silence. Then, Eli? His heart stopped. How do you know my name? The radio hissed. Then the voice returned, shaky. Because I'm you. Eli laughed nervously. Yeah, okay, very funny. I'm serious, the voice said. Listen to me. You have to leave your house. Now. Eli frowned. Why? There was a long pause. Then, because something is already inside. Eli's chest tightened. He looked around his room. Closet closed. Door shut. Window locked. Stop messing with me, he whispered. I'm not, the voice snapped. In 2 minutes you're going to hear footsteps outside your door. Eli swallowed. That's impossible. Please, the voice said softer. Just trust me. Eli stared at the door. 1 minute passed. Nothing. He exhaled, shaking his head. See? Nothing. Tap. Eli froze. A slow, deliberate footstep echoed from the hallway. Tap. Another one. His breath caught in his throat. Go, the radio whispered urgently. Back window, now. Eli didn't argue this time. He rushed to his window, hands trembling, and pushed it open. Behind him, tap, tap, tap. The footsteps stopped right outside his door. Eli climbed out onto the grass, landing hard but not stopping. He ran across the yard, hiding behind a tree, staring back at his house. His bedroom light flickered. Then, the door inside slowly opened. Eli couldn't see clearly from outside, but something stepped into his room. It was tall, too tall. Its head nearly touched the ceiling, and it moved wrong, like it was copying how a person walks, but didn't quite understand it. Eli covered his mouth, trying not to scream. The radio crackled in his hand again. You made it out, the voice said, relieved. Eli whispered, What is that thing? Silence. Then the voice answered, I don't know, but it looks exactly like me now. Eli's stomach dropped. What? After you left, it changed. Eli stared at his bedroom window. A figure stepped into view. It looked like him. Same height, same face, same clothes. But its smile was too wide, too still. Eli backed away slowly. What do I do? The voice on the radio hesitated. There's only one way to stop it. What? Another long pause. Then, one of us has to go back inside. What? Another long pause. Then, one of us has to go back inside. Eli's grip tightened on the radio. No, no way. If it stays out here, the voice said, it will replace you completely. Eli shook his head. Then you go. Silence. Then the voice laughed. Not nervously, not scared, just calm. Eli, it said, you never left the house. Eli's blood ran cold. What are you talking about? I'm outside. No, the voice replied gently. You're the one still in the room. The grass beneath his feet flickered like a bad signal. He looked back at the house and saw himself standing inside the bedroom, holding the radio, talking. Eli stumbled back. No, that's not. The thing followed you out, the voice continued, and you let it in. Eli's breath came fast. Then, what am I? The voice went quiet for a moment, then finally said, You're the one it replaced. The radio fell silent. Eli turned toward the house. The real him inside slowly raised a hand and waved. The extra tent. It was supposed to be a fun weekend. Just 4 friends, Liam, Noah, Jay, and Chris, camping deep in the forest, far from the city, no signal, no distractions. Perfect place to tell ghost stories, Jay joked as they set up their tents. Or get murdered, Chris added, laughing. Liam rolled his eyes. Relax. It's just trees and dirt. By nightfall, the forest was silent. Too silent. No crickets, no wind. Just the soft crackle of their campfire. This feels weird, Noah muttered. You're just scared, Jay teased. They laughed it off, told stories, ate snacks, and eventually went to sleep. 2 tents, Liam and Noah in one, Jay and Chris in the other. At around 3:12 a.m., Liam woke up. He didn't know why. Then he heard it. Footsteps, slow, crunching on leaves, outside the tent. Liam held his breath. Noah, you hear that? Noah stirred. Yeah. The footsteps circled their tent. Once, twice, then stopped, right outside. Liam whispered, Jay? Chris? Is that you? No answer. Then, a voice, soft, right behind the tent wall. Can I come in? Liam's heart slammed in his chest. That wasn't Jay. That wasn't Chris. Noah grabbed his arm tightly. Don't answer. The zipper of the tent moved slightly, like someone was touching it, testing it. Then it stopped. Silence. They didn't sleep after that. At sunrise, they rushed outside. Did you guys mess with us? Liam asked. Jay frowned. What are you talking about? Chris shook his head. We didn't leave the tent. Noah pointed to the ground. Footprints. All around their tent. But something was wrong. They were uneven. Like whatever made them didn't walk properly. Jay forced a laugh. Okay, that's creepy. Let's just pack up and go, Liam said quickly. Everyone agreed. As they packed, Chris suddenly froze. Guys? What? Noah asked. Chris pointed toward the trees. There were only 2 tents last night, right? Liam nodded. Yeah, ours and yours. Chris swallowed. Then whose is that? They all turned. Not far from their campsite was a third tent. Old, dirty, half hidden between the trees. None of them had seen it before. That wasn't there, Jay whispered. Maybe someone else is camping? Noah said, but his voice didn't sound convinced. Liam shook his head. No tracks, no fire, nothing. Chris took a step back. Let's just leave. But before they could, the zipper of the third tent moved, slowly opening. All 4 of them froze, waiting, watching. The tent opened just enough to show darkness inside. Then, a voice came from within, familiar, too familiar. Hey, why are you leaving? Liam's blood ran cold. It sounded like him. He slowly turned to his friends. Their faces were pale, because behind Liam, another Liam stepped out of the tent. Smiling, Noah whispered, That's not you. The second Liam tilted his head, then said softly, Of course it is. The real Liam stumbled back. Run. They grabbed their bags and ran without looking back. Roots tripped their feet, but they didn't stop. Not until they reached the road. Not until they felt safe. Later, when they finally caught their breath, Jay looked around. Where's Liam? Noah's heart dropped. They counted again. Jay, Chris, Noah. 3. Only 3. Noah's voice shook. He was right behind us, Chris whispered. No, he wasn't. That night as they sat in silence, Noah's phone buzzed. No signal, but a message came through. Unknown number. You left me behind. Noah's hands trembled. Another message appeared. It's okay. Then one last message.